What up? Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like never before, welcome to Son of Uche Unplugged. This is Afrovibes TV, and yes, I have with me two very special guests that I'm excited for you to meet. Before then, I want to let you know that this is Africa in the heart of America. Nah, just kidding. You already know that's how we do it right here on Son of Uche Unplugged. We're doing it right here in the heart of Houston. We're doing it big. We're doing it like never before. I will introduce my guest to you right now, and Miss
Soybe.
Nice. And Mr.
Prince T'Challa.
We are going to. Is this Zamunda or Wakanda? You know, but this is a special one, and we're gonna take you over to Africa because it's an Africa Day special edition, and I want you to stay tuned to the beautiful things we have in stock for you. My sister, what's up? Tell them.
How far?
I did. Brother, how far?
Yeah.
That's
what we do.
So I'll let him tell you a little bit about themselves. So when we talk, we know what we're talking about. Bro, I want you to start.
All right. So since we're giving celebration and homage to Africa Day, some of the things I look forward to, discussing with you guys is just the parallels between Africa, the continent, and then African Americans. How we connect. Of course, we connect because we all, kinfolk from the motherland.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also things that we definitely can learn from each other.
That's the belief for us to be able to recreate what has been done before in a better way, and then that's the blend of the past, the present, and the future. Sis, tell them.
Yo, what's up? What do you want to know?
Your origin, where you're from and all that good stuff.
Well, I'm from Nigeria, and PH to be exact. PH, woo woo!
Woo woo! Burna Boy, Alpha!
I call it Burna Boy.
Fabulous!
So yeah,
I'm always turned up.
Shit, PH, what can I say about PH?
PH
people, we're mad, but we're very sane.
Nice.
It makes sense.
Nice. I know. They say like worry, no, they carry last. What do you guys have? I know you guys have anything like that, because I know like you guys are like crazy too. But then again, I'm gonna go back to you, bro, because I would love for you to be able to tell the people, what you do, where you're from, like she just identified herself like she's from Port Harcourt. That's one of the biggest regional cities in Nigeria. Shout out to everybody from Port Harcourt.
Because when it said PH, I was thinking Philippines.
Yeah.
I guess.
I thought you wanted to say Philly though.
That's it.
How you go all the way to the Philippines?
Let's see. We do come in many different forms and varieties. You know what I mean? So black is everywhere. So
That's it.
Yes.
But you just a little history about yourself. Would be nice if you can share that.
All right, cool. So me, I'm originally African American.
Nice.
OG original.
OG.
Right?
OG before IG.
I'm sure somewhere going through the lineage, I don't know what tribe and what country in Africa.
You were from.
And I do have some Native American in me, so.
Nice.
As in
nice.
Pocahontas.
I just love
it.
So when you think about Africa, I don't know what you feel. You as the audience now, but I want you to remember that there's a whole set of people, generation from generation, that have stayed true to their value. As much as they could, try to protect their culture, and that is what we're celebrating this particular show on Afrovibes, right? Because Africa Day is May 25th of every year. And all Africans all over the world, we need to know that. We need to value that as our reality. And my sister, from Port Harcourt, tell them one of the things that make you feel special about being African.
Being African?
Yes.
Nigerian?
Yes, being African Nigerian. Yeah,
okay.
Because we're all, the same.
Shit, what can I say? One thing, our oil.
Nice.
Oil and gas.
Nice.
I'm very proud that we don't carry last in that.
Nice.
And also we don't carry last in books as well.
Nice.
So if you're Nigerian, if you're even born in Africa, just know, say, you supposed to carry first for your class.
That's it. And then I know you say you're proud African American, and at some point, we're gonna get to where we blend now.
Right,
but you being black, that unites us. What do you think makes you feel proud that you are African American?
The fact of so giving a little, I guess, like pretext to answering your question.
Yeah.
The African American is the youngest racial group on Earth right now. Yeah. Because Africa, the continent, and all the countries and the tribes has so much history. Yeah. The African American, we just got here. Yeah. That maybe 400 years, max. So just the mindset and the development and things we're kind of enduring and overcoming are all new. Yeah. So there's and I'm going to answer your question. There was kind of like this debate going on. It was like, if you think about the African American, there's no one that's coming to save us because we don't connect to Africa. If you have an issue, example, if a Chinese American, something happens, China comes and says, hey, leave our people alone. Sure. If an Arab American comes, the country comes, whether it's Saudi Arabia or Sudan or Oman, say, hey,
it's the dual citizenship.
Yeah. Same thing. If you go into any other Italian, Russian, so on and so forth, African American, if something happens to us, no country is coming to say, hey, leave our people alone. We're kind of just in the wind figuring it out.
I'm coming back to you answering that question, but I want to go off to her real quick. I know you've been here for a while. How have you been able to understand the difference between, we Africans born in Africa and, the African Americans? How has that shaped your understanding?
Okay, well, what I can say is that African Americans and Africans are completly different.
Nice. Whoa. Nice.
We may be the same skin tone, but we are completely different. Mindset-wise, how we grew up in our household, and how we just treat others, honestly.
How can you make that sound good from your understanding? Where do you think the line crosses that connects us? Because you are a typical example, right?
Because basically what she said is, hey, we don't know them like that. I don't know what they got going on.
But the truth is, I agree with you 100%. And one of my biggest challenge is, having to have my kids, they were born here, and how can I make them understand that they have something to connect to? Like him. So he says, oh, I'm a black American, right? Or African American. So I almost cannot connect directly to my people in Africa. But now we, the future, we now have to say, well, that is the past. Now the present is, we understand ourselves well enough to find the similarities, to find the connection that bridge us, that help us create a better future, and if you can, is there anything you would want to say to add to what you said that you think would help us connect our cultures, individuals, people, and our heritage?
Honestly, I would still say it's mentality. It's still all about mentality. Everyone was brought up a certain different way, and so if you were brought up in, say, Nigeria, or born here and your parents are Nigerian and you're Nigerian as well, you are brought up with the household curriculum to do certain things, say this, wear certain clothing, or even when people of the opposite sex of a woman is coming to the house, or so when to change, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I feel you though.
And to other people, it might sound weird, like, wait, change, but that's how we
are brought up.
So we do have that. Okay, I get the parallels. So I'm gonna give the parallels and the differences because I can piggyback on that. Yeah. So like when you're going into the traditional setup, like it's the same thing like with us growing up, because we were very mindful, respectful, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, like that. That's embedded in, especially if you're around grandparents and uncles that are a bit older, like for sure, yes sir, eye contact, you wait, you don't speak. So that goes into that.
I love that.
That's going into that traditional African values, but we have them as well. It's just kind of who was in the household to instill them.
So that's like the ultimate. That's the ultimate. That's the
so
ultimate.
for sure, it's there. It's like, okay, so example, uncles are coming over. You go and change out. For sure, you're gonna change out your night. You're not gonna be in your pajamas.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you might not even be in the room because it's all men or all adults talking. What you doing in the room anyway?
Right.
Let alone need to be dressed correctly. You're not even part of the conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so the values are there, but it starts to get the lines get a bit blurred because it's in the African household, I can say because I've seen it as well.
Yeah.
It's more stay together as long as possible.
Sure.
Now on the American side of it, it's as soon as you turn 18, we're out of
go. And the funny thing is exposure.
Mm-hmm.
I strongly believe because when I was growing up, I didn't have a job till I was maybe 20 or something. So I couldn't leave the house, right? So because I didn't have access to funds, I couldn't leave. Right?
Hostage.
But here, nah. Hostage? No, that's not hostage.
Okay,
at all.
so boom, here's the
No hostage.
Africans are still taking hostages. Americans be out here. All right, got it. Boom. There you go.
No,
That's your difference.
but for real though, like you said, that the fact that you cannot easily leave the house gives you no other option but to listen to your parents, but to grow with whatever they want you to say. I mean, do so that in itself, gives us that shield from doing whatever you want to do.
Right.
And when did you leave the house? If you remember.
Yeah, I graduated. Yeah, 18, 17, 18. Out, yeah.
How did you manage growing and finding yourself? Because I feel like some of us
on your own.
Right. Like I feel like some of us we leave out. I mean, I don't want to say some. Yeah, some of us
leave before you're ready.
Yeah, before you're ready.
Things you're supposed to. Yeah.
How were you able to manage yourself through that struggle of self-identification?
Right. So one thing I did. Of course, I kind of. I'm more introspective, as in I'll ask questions. So that's one thing that I really held on to, and someone told me, OG, they said it and it kind of stuck with me. Certain things resonate with you growing up, and it's like core memory. They were like, remember, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen twice as much as you speak.
Deep. 2 ears and 1 mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, listen twice as much as you speak. This is Son of Uche Unplugged, live in the heart of Houston. You're watching Afrovibes TV. We'll be right back. What up, ladies and gentlemen? We are what? We're inside, but we're what? We're outside. Oh yeah. Let me hear you say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ah! Bro, let's do it again. Let me hear you say, oh yeah.
How do you say it in what language we speak?
No. It's just
Africa
my
has a bunch of languages.
Yeah. Bro,
He's
you're killing me.
pigeons.
Guys,
What's going
save
on?
me.
Wow.
Usually when I go on stage, you know I sing too? Yeah. Son of Uche, everywhere. You already know. When I go on stage, that's how I get to my people. And I just go, what up, ladies and gentlemen, you know it's your voice, Son of Uche. Let me hear you say, oh yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's do that again. What up, ladies and gentlemen, you already know it's your boy, Son of Uche. Let me hear you say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's not feeling it.
But then again, guys,
the Black American way.
Yeah, we're doing Africa Day right here in the heart of Houston, Texas. Son of Uche Unplugged on Afrovibes TV, right? And so I have my girl here,
Soybean,
and my bro right there.
I told you, Chachala is here.
Chachala in the building, aka
Prince T'Challa. This is Africa Day. We gotta stay in character.
Alright, so we're staying in character. But your real name.
Yeah.
Just the name. You don't have to. I know your character is, T'Challa.
That's not my character. Yeah. That is who I am. See, look, one thing about us Black Americans, we lock in, all right?
We're locked in for life.
We locked in.
And for real, we're getting there. To celebrate Africa Day, I'm going to send it over to my girl now. We are going to share with you some of our favorite facts and knowledge of Africa.
Yeah. I remember I came from Nigeria like maybe a decade, a little bit over ago. Nigerian music and African music was not as recognized or as popular in the European, Caribbean side, and even Americans didn't really, get in tune with the vibe. But as soon as, Wizkid and Burna Boy and all these Davido came out with their Baby Come Down, everybody was on that shit.
How you say their names and you sing the lyrics?
No, but everybody was on. Everyone slowly got into it, and I stepped back and I was like, this is nice. I love the coming together to remix and share the connection with music, but also how other how do I say Americans,
especially Black Americans,
they got
to stop your train of thought. What's the song you think put Afrobeat on? Because it was a progression thing, but all of a sudden it was like, we up, you know what I mean? It was like, so what was the,
I think it was you though, not me. It's asking you.
What?
I could help. I think of Joe Allegra.
Baby, you know my story.
That one by Wizkid, and then yeah. And then I think if I tell you, say I love you.
Bro, you came through.
My body, my money, now you're own.
That was the one.
But
okay.
I think the one
money
that started.
fall on you.
Yeah, that too. One that started was "You are my African queen."
Do me, I do you.
I think Biscuit 2 had it though. Like
that was British, no?
Yeah, but P Square 2 had their run too. But what brought us to Limelight, I think it was African Queen by Two-Face Idibia. Okay. I think it was Ojo Legba by Wizkid. Okay. Not now, but like 5-10 years ago. Then Eve and Chioma, I think Assurance. So Davido did a couple of songs for Chioma, and Burna Boy did like a whole African Giant album that really blew out. And ever since then, now Rema is taking it up to another level. We have CK
dealing with Indians. I love the connection with Rema Boy. Rema and him mixing with Indians. Oh my God, that one performance when he went, he was paid. For the birthday. For the birthday.
My boy Blue.
Everyone even came for him. The birthday. Everyone came for Rema. They said we didn't hear Rema live in person.
That's it.
Man.
What was the song? Okay, because I don't speak Pidgin or Yoruba or anything like that.
We got you.
Yoruba, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, it goes.
That's it. That too blew out with. Well, I think we talked about Afrobeat. Yeah. Now we have to go back to like other genres because we have Ghanaian music. So that one is more like a French. It's Makossa.
Okay.
So that's more of like that's from Cote d'Ivoire. That's more like Francophone. So that song helped us too. And Awilo Logomba. Got you. That guy too. Yeah.
So see, the thing with that is, I'm gonna give it two perspectives, right?
Yeah.
Because on the African American or Black American side, we just hear jungle music because we don't know the language. It's almost like, you know what I mean, not to be like ignorant about it. Because we don't know, like, this
sounds like noise.
Not even. This is like
what you just said touched me, like, almost broke my heart.
Like, Pete.
Whatever.
Jungle music.
Hold on. Leave me alone. I used to stay up all night practicing American music. Like, you know how we used to sing all their songs? And now you call my music jungle music.
We love the jungle though. We're of the jungle.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, your perspective matters, but it don't really matter.
Right. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
it's like
no.
So that's what I'm saying. So in terms of like, because we don't speak the language, but we understand it. We speak the drum.
Right.
So when the drum and the rhythm going, we like. I don't know why I like it.
Yeah.
I do. I can't connect it to a country. Cause I don't know if it's Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know if it's Kenyan. I don't know if this Ghanaian. Because I don't speak Twi. I don't speak Swahili.
I'm gonna do one quick shout out to social media. You actually open the lives of a lot of us, and empowered us in ways we couldn't have imagined. Because of social media, everybody's on social media now, right? And even then, you know, I left high school in 2006, and we always wanted to be on Facebook. We always wanted to be, you know, on all that social media platform. So because we knew we were connected directly to the rest of the world, I think that really shaped us. But bro, when you think about how we can unite, I know you were born here in America and you're considered African American, but when you think about the connection between you guys that were born here and we that were born back in Africa, how do you think we can bridge that gap?
So okay, the drums, so that's music.
That's too boy.
The food and the culture. Because one thing that I've seen across the board, it doesn't matter because Africa is a continent, not a country, right? Yeah. All throughout Africa, and even with the Black Americans in the U.S. And I mean, literally, okay? Yeah. If you walk into someone's house and their grandmother is there, that's grandma. Yeah. If their mother is there, it's mom. That's mom. Yeah. Immediately. Right. It's not even Mrs. Linda, Mrs. Karen. It's mom. I try to teach my kids. I try to teach my kids. Everybody you see is the least you can call them auntie. The least. So if you see that I'm calling them mom, you're calling them mom. Or at least call them grandma. Because at the end of the day, you know, I was trained to feel and know and respect and value everybody older than me, like either an auntie, an uncle, or mom, or dad. Because once you call them that, you automatically assign the respect for them.
Yeah. Mom self is even too Americanized. We call them mommy. Like we say mommy, and they're not your mom. You know, you say mommy. It's respectful.
Yeah. And we're gonna go real quick to some facts about Africa. You want to start?
So yeah, a quick fact, something that, because I'm into languages and words and things like that. So a fact that I find really interesting is Africa, the continent, has over 2,000 languages, which is wild to an American because we got 3 max. You know what I mean? English, Spanish, and
you have accents. You have accents,
right?
But you don't have the languages.
Languages.
We have like he said, over 2. And what else? What other facts do you think you want to share?
The fact that the landmass of Africa is huge. Again, just to piggyback on the fact Africa is a continent. Wow. Like a lot of us think it's a country.
Oh, well,
like when we hear it, when we hear, hey, you want to go to Africa, we're thinking it's
you're going to Africa,
like a country. We're like, wait a second, is Mali over here, Rwanda over here, Kenya over here, you know what I'm saying, Ghana over here?
Yeah.
So are these cities? No, bro. These are completely different countries.
Different country, different language, different currency. You know, maybe some of us share some currencies. You know, like the francophone. You know, some I think a lot of people use.
The music genre.
Yeah, we share some, but everybody understands their sovereignty. And you know, I still strongly feel like, you know, you can help us and give us some facts.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the popularity of
Nigeria. Here you go. Go
ahead. We got over 220 million people.
Yeah.
And then
is Nigeria or
just Nigeria.
And then Africa has a young population of people with, you know, under 25.
Yeah,
so I like that because the creativity is always ongoing. We always have young minds coming together to find new ways to collaborate.
Yeah. And shout out again to all Africans working consistently.
Big giants.
You know, working dedicatedly. I don't know if that's a word. No.
Nigga, we're gonna call it a word.
Swahili.
Like they walk like tirelessly, right? But, you know, trying to unite Africa, trying to bring us together, trying to open our minds, our hearts, and our resources to connect it well enough to create something bigger than what we have ever imagined. Ladies and gentlemen, like you know, like I know, right here in the heart of Houston, Texas, we're celebrating Africa because in all her glory, Africa would rise again.
Period.
You? Your last word for that?
Shit. Book a flight and come to one country in Africa and find out and teach yourself about your ancestors.
Nice.
That's all I can say.
You
know.
Okay, so to roll all these together, right?
Yeah.
So first thing you were saying, 220 people in Nigeria.
220 million.
So if you put that in perspective, because a lot of times people don't see it until you give it a comparison.
Yeah.
America has about 330. The entire
continent.
Your entire. So Nigeria, like, wait a second. There's 100 million people more in the U.S., but Nigeria, how small people think it is, has almost as many people smashed into it, if you want to say it like that.
Yeah, you could say that too.
So then you go like, okay, so what about the countries next door? So if you go Ghana, if you go Kenya, like, wait a second, there's more people in those 3 countries alone than the entire United States.
True.
So then you start to get the size and how the immensely large Africa actually is.
Different languages.
So he's like, wait a second, I haven't even touched the left side. I haven't even got up to Libya or Morocco or Asia.
That's it.
He's like, wait, hold on, this thing is big. It is big. Now it makes sense.
And tell them one facts about the size though, bro.
So yeah.
How many countries can you connect together to give you the actual size of Africa?
Right. So you could put Russia, India, United States, and parts of Europe and South Africa.
Wow.
Size is crazy, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the man himself. Africa is great.
It's humongous. How do you say?
And then, like my sister said, book a flight, go to Wakanda or Zamunda.
We don't live in fucking huts, I swear to God. We got beaches, we got nice ass restaurants, we got nice ass homes. We have.
What's your top five countries in Africa that you would like to visit or have been to?
I've been to first is Ghana. Well, obviously Nigeria, Benin, Togo, right? But where
Togo and Benin together?
No, they're different countries.
I know, but like they're close.
They're close, yeah.
That's
close.
okay.
So, but if I want to give you top 5, I want you to pick one subsection. Right. So go east, go west, go north, go south, and end up in Central Africa, and find one country to visit. I am pro-Africa as well as I'm pro-America, and I have traveled from Delaware to San Francisco by road and by flight. So I love to travel, and I can't wait to do that back home. I'm looking forward to when we're gonna have like one road. You know how you have like the I-80? You have all this long road. Yeah, you just going one way. I'm looking forward to that from the bottom of my heart, where we're gonna drive from Liberia to Nigeria, or from Morocco to South Africa.
To Cape Town.
Right.
Casablanca to Cape Town.
Bro,
On the move,
so we're going up, down, left, right, guys.
That's
so
fine.
Africa, let's go. Everybody, one, 2, 3. We're gonna shout Africa. 1, 2, 3.
Africa.
You just listen to Son of Uche Unplugged, Afrovibes TV. See you guys again.
Give her 5 countries real quick.
Okay,
we're gonna cut that.
Yeah, we're just gonna fix it.
That's fine though, yeah.
What you wanted her to say again?
Just her 5 countries she likes.
Oh, 5 countries.
Okay, I'm gonna pick one from
Nigeria.
I'm working hard as fuck. Y'all should be happy as fuck. Shit. I'm gonna pick one from North, West, Central. So from North, I'm gonna choose Morocco.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of content about there.
Okay.
West Africa, I'm gonna choose Ghana because I really need to go there and try their peanut stew.
How not Nigeria though?
Hey.
How you betray us at this time of
don't like.
What about Port Harcourt though?
Wait.
Don't worry. Ghana peanuts.
Gotta be done. Gotta be done.
Like,
I give you peanuts.
I could bite my fucking fingers, bro.
Yeah.
East Africa, Kenya.
You don't want Ghana and Jollof?
See, that's all you want to know.
I want to
Yeah, but she's gonna go there though. She's gonna go there. She's gonna enjoy the
Oh, I
jollof.
like your jollof.
Yeah, she's gonna enjoy it.
Central Africa, Republic of the Congo.
Yeah, I want to go there too. I really want to go
there.
You know, not just for, you know, missionary purpose, but for like, you know, just to explore the country, you know. But you know, there's a lot of war for there right now, and I'm praying for everybody from the Republic of Congo and every area where, you know, there's war in Africa. We remember you guys, we're praying for you guys, but for here, we can only do what we can do, celebrate Africa, and that's what we're trying to do. We're shouting out to you guys, but can't do much.
He's like, we can't. We're here. We can't.
No,
y'all be safe though.
Yeah. Leave is it. Yeah, and that's 3.
That's 4. Let me choose
4.
one more.
My bad.
From Southern Africa.
Yeah.
Botswana.
Botswana too. I love Botswana.
Yeah.
I love Botswana.
You been there before?
No. I haven't been south. You now you have to do it. Now
Alright, boom. So I'm gonna go Algeria. I'm gonna go Ethiopia.
Nice.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
Botswana. Botswana, yeah, because there's a couple people that do like.
Yeah, a lot. They have a lot of money there too.
And they're like, a lot of people don't know what's going on in Botswana. I have a couple people that do like entertainment and stuff. And they're like, yeah, come and see it. It's not what you think. Plus, one of their friends just won the gold medal in like one of the 200s or something. Like the Olympics. So they're like, hey, we up, baby.
That's it.
Eyes on us. So okay, so Botswana, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Ethiopia.
What about Tanzania?
They have good.
They have money.
Yeah, they have Kilimanjaro, right? That's where Kilimanjaro's at.
Kilimanjaro.
You sure?
Yeah.
In Tanzania?
Yeah.
That's
I could be wrong.
That's where Zanzibar is?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah. It's hold on, guys.
And then the last one, I guess, Madagascar.
Madagascar. Nice.
Just because I want to, you know, just be like, see that whole island vibe between there and Seychelles. I mean, it's
it's close.
Either or, you're gonna catch the vibe.
You got it locked down. And you know, we're here. We're celebrating you, whether you're Black American, you're African American, or you're African. We love you, and
you know, y'all used to catch hell back in the day.
Yeah.
Like you African, whoa, African. What's going on, bro?
Our accent was horrible.
What is Bile doing?
Yeah, bullied into
yeah.
Bile, hey.
You know.
Y'all done came up. Hey, y'all flowers.
We don't came up, guys. We don't came up. Do a shout out, guys, from Afrovibes TV. Do a shout out to.
I'm laughing because this is true, right? Yeah. It was like, yo, being dark skinned in junior high school was like being a slave in 1900s.
Jesus.
You catch so much hell. Now
straight bullets.
We up, baby. Like we up
yeah.
now. So like we came a long way. Started from the bottom. We up.
Bro, you sexy as hell.
Yeah.
That's it.
So for sure, you've been tuned in on World Africa Appreciation Day.
Whoop.
We on Afrovibes. She in here. He in here. We in here.
We up in this bitch.
Son of Uche Unplugged. Alright, guys, thank you so much for coming.
Of course. Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for coming.
Always.
Yeah.